The World Electric Car of the Year, the Jaguar I-Pace, is officially dead. Hello my friends and welcome to the Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans. I'm coming to you here from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome to all you new subscribers. Great to have so many new subscribers on the channel, checking out the channel. Make sure you watch some of the 700 plus videos we've made over the last 6 months. And welcome back to everyone else. Great to have you back as well. The Jaguar I-Pace, why is it dead? Why is it not selling? And what exactly have Jaguar been doing for the last 3 years? Well, here is exactly what has happened and why this vehicle is basically dead. Now, first of all, why is it dead? Well, let's have a look at the sales for starters. It's selling at a minuscule level. The year 2021 was pretty challenging for Jaguar, who noted a 16% decrease in car sales globally to 86,270. That's right, Jaguar sold 86,000 cars in the entire world in total. That's not iPace sales, that's just sales full stop. Now that includes a 49% decrease in sales in Q4 of 2021 to only 14,400 cars sold worldwide. The company blames the semiconductor shortage, but says demand for its cars remains strong. Somehow, I'm not buying that, and if you are, I've got a bridge I could sell you. Now, as this is an electric car channel, obviously we are most interested in the Jaguar I-Pace electric car sales results. Unfortunately, it's well and truly dead. During the fourth quarter, the company sold 2,558 units. In other words, they sold 852 per month, or around about 200 per week. Now, to give you some context on those sales, small electric car company Xpeng sold 18,000 in December alone. 18,000 in December alone. Jaguar, 2,600 all across the world. In fact, 2,558. The funny thing is, well, the surprising thing is that that's almost 18% of Jaguar's total sales volume. Now, in 2021, across the entire year, across the entire globe, Jaguar sold 9,970 iPace electric cars, or 830 per month. That's the worst result since its launch and 39% lower than in 2020. The average electric vehicle share out of Jaguar's volume was 12%, compared to over 16% in 2019 and 2020. Why is it that the only car company in the world selling less electric cars as a percentage of its total sales figures is Jaguar? Now, all the way back in 2018, when Jaguar first started selling the I-Pace, they sold 6,900. Then in 2019, they sold 17,400, not too bad. 2020, 16,500. And in this year, sales numbers have halved, all the way down to 9,900. So what exactly is going on? Well, one thing, parent company Tata in India, which is a $100 billion revenue company, has, to be honest, not put a lot of interest into Jaguar's development of this car. Jaguar did nothing in 2021 to the car for an entire year. They changed nothing, not a single thing. And guess what they've changed for 2021/2022 model year? Well, they gave the I-Pace some significant improvements, such as a complimentary 4G data plan, a 360-degree camera, and wireless charging. And that's it. Nothing has changed. In 4 years, the battery pack is still the same. It's still inefficient. It's 90 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is a big pack, but the car has incredibly poor efficiency, and it only does less than 250 miles of range on a charge. In addition to that, the charging speed for a car of this price, it costs $120,000 in Australia and around about $90,000 in the US, is abysmal. It charges at only 100 kilowatt hour charging speed on a fast charger. Now, what about power? Actually, it's got a fair bit of power. It's got 394 horsepower and 512 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers are pretty good. It can do 0 to 60 miles an hour, about 0 to 100 in about 4.8 seconds. That's not too bad. But the problem here that we have is The Tesla Model S, which is a fairly similar size on the inside, maybe a little bit bigger, actually costs around about the same price. It's much faster, and it does 400 miles of range, 150 miles more than the iPace. In addition to that, Tesla upgrades their cars constantly with new features. And of course, Tesla's fast charging is much, much quicker. In addition to that, when you buy a Tesla, you get to use Tesla's Supercharger network. So that's one of the big advantages and features of a Tesla vehicle. But here we're forgetting one very important reason that the iPace is dead. And that is false promises. Jaguar, when they sold this car, claimed that they would do a Tesla. Yep, they did. They said what they would do is that their new car would update itself over the air, just like Teslas do, said Jaguar. Don't worry, don't buy a Tesla because our cars will do similar things. We'll get new upgraded features. You'll just have to sit in your house, connect your car to the Wi-Fi, and it'll do amazing things like Tesla do. It'll upgrade your battery performance, it'll upgrade the power, all kinds of things. Well, guess what? None of that happened. None. And now owners are growing sick and tired of being promised something and not getting that thing. In addition to that, Jaguar, like I said, have spent very little money in developing this car. Newer models should be like iPhones, right? Every time a new model year comes around, there should be upgrades to the battery, upgrades to the motors, upgrades to the performance. Honestly, these days, new electric cars are kind of a little bit like technological showpieces. And when you don't change your technology for 4 years, you fall behind all of the competition. And that is exactly what's happened. Now, you can buy a Hyundai Ioniq 5 in markets where Hyundai actually sell them. That is, for a lot less money with much, much better features and specifications. So what will actually happen to Jaguar? Well, honestly, I think Jaguar will probably cease to exist within the next 5 years. The majority of the cars that they sell are powered by gasoline engines, and frankly, that's old technology. Nobody wants it anymore. Realistically, if you want to pay a premium price, over $100,000 for a car, at the very least, you should be expecting an electric car with a lot of specifications and a lot of power, and the ability to update itself over the air, just in the same way that your iPhone does now. So what will probably happen, in my view, is Jaguar will be bought from Tata by a Chinese car company. You never know. Maybe Geely will buy them. I mean, they do have Volvo and Polestar after all, but it could be another Chinese company as well. More than likely, it will be turned into an electric-only brand by this new Chinese owner, and then using the brand of Jaguar or reviving the name, it'll be sold all over Europe in much, much bigger numbers than it is right now. But as things are traveling at the moment, sales of the iPace have fallen by more than 50%. And this year, sales of this vehicle will fall even further, with no real updates to the car, a battery that's basically old and inefficient, and a drivetrain that is essentially now 4 years old with zero updates whatsoever. It just can't compete with new, more technologically impressive electric cars on the market. So that's the sad story of the Jaguar I-Pace. Once it was the World Electric Car of the Year, winning that impressive title and getting some really good marketing in the process from earning that accolade. And now the sad story is it will probably cease to exist within 12 months. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye-bye.